Thanks so much for joining us. Today we're going to show you how to make perfect rice in your Platinum cookware as our video tip of the week. So I'm going to make the rice today in my 1-quart saucepan because I'm only making 1 cup of dry rice. If you wanted to make 2 or 3 cups, just use a bigger saucepan like your 2-quart or 3-quart. Platinum is very easy to make rice in. It's actually amazing how easy it is. You can throw out everything that you knew about how to make rice, all the rules that you're used to. We're going to show you a couple of tips that will help you to make perfect rice every single time. The 3 kinds of rice that we're going to talk about today are the ones most commonly found in people's kitchens. We have a white parboiled rice like an Uncle Ben's. It's a long grain fancy white rice. We have a jasmine rice. It's got that lovely aromatic jasmine flavor, great to do with Asian inspired dishes. And we have a brown rice. It's a brown basmati. So the tips that we're going to show you today will work perfectly with any of these 3 different types of rice for you. So we're over here by our sink and we have our combination bowl. What I've done is I've put the rice in the bowl. The parboiled rice is the one I'm going to use for our demo. And tip number 1, no matter what kind of rice you're using, you want to rinse your rice until the water runs clear. Okay, so after you've rinsed all the starch out of your rice, to get nice, fluffy, moist rice, here's tip number 2. Just take your rice, still in your combination bowl, okay? You pour water into it, and you just let it sit for at least 30 minutes. So here's tip number 3. How much water do you need for your rice? All we want to do is take our finger, touch the top of the rice, take care not to poke it through, just touch the top, and we're going to pour water up to our first knuckle. Just like that. Tip number 3, easy as pie. We're going to close our lid, put our pot on the stove. What you want to do is you want to turn your burner up to medium heat. So medium is usually just where the flame is touching the bottom of the pan. So we have our rice, it's cooking. We're waiting for it to reach 50 degrees. As soon as the rice reaches 50, what we want to do is turn the knob down to low on our burner, okay? Once you turn it to low, it goes into a vacuum, and at that point, white rice and jasmine rice only need 10 minutes before they're perfectly cooked on that low heat in that vacuum. Wild rice and brown rice need between 20 and 25 minutes after you've turned your burner down to low and they've gone into the vacuum. And voila, you'll have perfect rice. We'll check it in just a few minutes and see how ours is turning out. So one of the best parts about cooking our rice in Platinum, we don't have to open it, stir it, worry about it, nothing while it's on the stove cooking. So while we're waiting for our rice to cook, I want to show you guys a little bit about quinoa. So quinoa is spelled Q-U-I-N-O-A, but it's pronounced quinoa. And it's an ancient grain that a lot of people are right now wanting to use instead of rice and potatoes. Quinoa can be cooked exactly like rice. So everything that we showed you today in the video, you can do with quinoa. All 3 tips. Rinse the starch out, let it soak for 30 minutes, and when you put it in the pot, the same exact tip. 1 knuckle of water above the level of the rice. And quinoa, because it has even less flavor than rice, and it can have a bit of a nutty flavor, it's nice to cook it with chicken broth instead of just straight water, because it gives it a little more of a flavor. Okay, so here it is. We're going to check our rice for the first time in our Platinum and see how it's done. Da-da-da-da. Beautiful, perfect rice. No picking, no poking, no stirring, no checking, no nothing. Foolproof. So, we're going to put our rice right in our lid, turn it into a miniature chafing dish. All of the heat will continue to go through the rice and keep it warm so that we can come back for seconds and thirds and all that stuff. And now we get to taste it. So we get our fork. Here we go. I like to fluff it just before I serve it, just like so. And there it is, perfect rice. Okay, here it goes. Excellent. You can put a little pat of butter on top if that's the way that you like it, or just leave it plain just like that and something that you've cooked with sauce or gravy, and it'll soak it up and you've made perfect rice in your platinum cookware. Congratulations.